Hi, this is Luis Souza from rawveganpower.com, and we have here a very special guest today, Ivan Rock from FruitZen, the YouTube channel. He is the FruitZen, and you can see many interesting videos here. And I know that he is a poet as well, and he has some good advice to give you through all his videos. Then I'm going to turn to my face here and welcome you, Ivan Rock. It's so nice to have you here today.
Thanks for having me, Luis.
And I love all the fruit you have behind you.
Well, I'm actually at Robbie Barbero's apartment in Santa Monica, California, and this guy does it right. You can see here an amazing array of fruit, and then there's a lot more.
There are papayas as well, right? Mangoes,
What's that?
Papayas.
Yeah, we went to the downtown produce market today, and we got tons of papayas. He got two different varieties, but mainly marital papayas from Mexico, and those are ripening over there.
Fantastic. That was your story. How did you become the FruitZen? Please.
Good question.
Because
FruitZen, I don't even know how I came up with that name. I just made a YouTube channel and typed in a bunch of things, and that's what worked. I've always liked Zen, Buddhism, and I've, in the last 3 years, been obsessed by fruit, and I've loved eating as much as I can of fruit, and that's how it evolved. But how did I get into the healthy lifestyle would probably be, the story would start with me shattering my arm in a pretty serious snowboarding accident. You can see there's some scars on both sides.
I see.
Basically shattered my radial head, and now I've got titanium in there. I can't extend it past there. I can't bring it in past there. And that was a wake-up call, because I was always a super crazy kid, throwing myself off huge kickers, taking the biggest waves and skateboarding and doing all kinds of stuff that really hurts the body. And when you finally hurt the body enough and you get older, you need to find out how to heal the body. And nothing does that better than good sleep, proper nutrition, proper hydration, and living a healthful lifestyle. So I moved away from the junk that I was raised on, which was meat and basically just a standard American diet. And I moved towards more of a healthy lifestyle, and I noticed a huge improvement in so many different aspects of my life, not just the physical, but also mental and just overall enjoyment of life.
And do you still practice those sports, or you stop it?
Yeah, I don't really skateboard anymore, but I still snowboard, and I don't go as big as I once did. I still surf. I'm going to Costa Rica in a week for 2 weeks. Dr. Sam's retreat, you might know him. If you don't, check him out. He's a pretty cool guy.
So you are going to participate in the retreat and
I'm going to surf for a week, and then I'm going to go to the retreat for a week and try to learn as much as I can. You know, when I was at Woodstock Fruit Festival, I was kind of assessing all the different people, and I thought like I could definitely learn something from Dr. Sam. And you know, it's great to go on a retreat and have fun and everything, but you can do that anywhere. You can go on your own vacation and not really pay a bunch of money, but if you're going to learn something, it might be worth it. So find the people that you can learn from.
And you were in this last Woodstock Fruit Festival in 2012?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was an amazing time. I had so much fun. It's a beautiful place, Trout Lake, upstate New York. It's basically, it's like being a kid again. You get to go to a summer camp and play around. It's very nostalgic. And everyone is super friendly, and you get to go to such informative lectures, and the whole thing is worth it. I felt like I got my money's worth in the first few days. So if you don't, if you can, try to go there. WoodstockFruitFestival.com. It's definitely worth it.
I am planning to do that. I am a little far from it because I'm in Brazil, but I intend
Yeah.
to do it because I think it's just like you described
That's
it.
Robbie. Say hi, Robbie.
What's up?
Robbie
Hi,
Bobby.
Robbie.
Going to dump some compost.
One and only, he's dumping compost.
There we
Show
go.
him, you've got the tops on so the fruit flies don't get out, right?
Oh, fantastic.
There's no fruit flies in there, but it makes it look tough.
And,
There you go. I get fruit flies.
and what do you do for living? And what
for
are your
living?
plans for the future as well?
Well, I definitely try to live as much as possible in the present moment, but I came from a completely different mentality in which I overplanned and was constantly worried about the future and constantly worried about what I needed to do for a living. But to really live does not mean to slave away in an office, and I'm slowly but surely learning that and moving away from that. But right now I have a job in real estate. I work with several partners. I started a company a few years ago with them, and it's been going pretty well. But like I said, I'm starting to explore other things and not be so tied down. So.
Yeah, I was asking because you could be a coach in this diet, right, or something like that. I was wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I could. Actually, I did a YouTube video a while ago where I said 80-10-10 is not a career, and I really believe that. Like, you don't put all your eggs in one basket thinking that, you know, your way of life is going to somehow provide the means for you to be able to live in this modern world. Because especially a diet like 80-10-10 where there's no products to sell, unless you're going to be a farmer, that you got to be really extremely passionate, and you really need to know your stuff. You really need to be comfortable with not making a lot if you want to make it into a career. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying be realistic, people, and if there's anything else you're passionate about, strongly consider that also if you're going to if you want to make what you love to do a means to provide money for expenses in life, you got to be dead set on doing it. So.
And what would be your advice for someone who would just think about starting this lifestyle?
And by this lifestyle, you mean high
The
carb, low
8-10-10
fat,
lifestyle.
80-10-10. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, all the standard stuff that people always tell you, you know, get sufficient sleep, get sufficient water, eat enough. Those are all extremely important. But also learn what you can from other people, but really pay attention to your own body and listen to what it's telling you. You're your own best teacher. Experience is the best teacher, and you can only experience yourself. You can't let someone experience for you. Learn from others' mistakes, but at the same time, don't let that interrupt your ability to see your own inner compass and listen to what your body and your mind are telling you. And if you feel like you need to eat more, eat more. If you feel like you need to eat less, eat less. The whole 80-10-10 program is about simplifying and really throwing out a lot of the toxins that you've accumulated. And I know that fasting is the best way to do that quickly, but if you spend 3 years with eating no overt fats and fruits and leafy greens, you're gonna detox a lot. I detoxed quite a bit. Like, I was starting to get acne even 6 months in on the 80-10-10 program before it really started to clear. There's a lot of accumulated stuff that took a long time to get rid of, but you just got to be patient. You know, anytime you try a new lifestyle, you need to be really patient. And I know that the 80-10-10 diet works. I know that my fitness improved. I know that my health overall has improved. My mental clarity has improved. I play classical piano, and my abilities have skyrocketed in the last few years, and I attribute that to properly fueling my brain and having the motivation to practice. Whether or not I've actually become smarter, I don't think so, but I think that just the motivation aspect and the proper fueling is extremely important on a mental level. But you get to a point where you might plateau and you want to experiment with other things, maybe incorporating a little bit more fat at night. If your body is saying that that's natural and you should do that, listen to your body. Don't listen to the dogmatic beliefs that other people are spouting off. But in terms of coming from a standard American diet, give your body several years on the 80-10-10 program before you experiment with the other things. I mean, if it really doesn't work for you after 6 months, go back and do whatever you're doing. But you're not going to burn through all your fat reserves, all the protein reserves that you've accumulated over your entire life. You're not going to like all of a sudden just fry out within 6 months, a year, even a few years on the 80-10-10 diet. So be patient is the main thing. A lot of people are just, if it doesn't work for them in a few weeks, they're on to the next quick fix. And there's no quick fixes in life. You know, nature doesn't make mistakes. It's and it's a hard teacher.
You are very wise for, I don't know how old are you now, but you are.
I'm 27.
27, okay.
Yeah.
Well, may I ask you a personal question now?
Yes.
Something that I'm sure raw vegan girls would like to know. Are you single?
Yes, I'm single. I'm single and ready to make.
In a serious relationship
put
or
my
not?
phone number down. No, I'm just kidding. What?
This would be cool.
Yeah, I've actually met a lot of nice people on the internet through YouTube and at Woodstock Fruit Festival and just in my local community. I started up a fruitluckmeetup.com group here in LA, and I've met amazing people through that. So I mean, the social aspect, it can be a lot of fun, definitely.
Oh, and then you have no problems in this part, because some raw vegan people, they are a little troubled to find other people like them and like-minded people, and you don't have this problem.
No, I wouldn't say that. I was high-carb, low-fat, raw vegan for the first year and a half before I met anyone else that was doing the same lifestyle. But in terms of being social, you can be social with anyone. You don't necessarily have to find the perfect... I mean, humans have this notion in their mind that the perfect partner is going to have the same diet as them, is going to like doing the same things as them, is going to think like them. That would be so boring. You know, when we're little kids, we fall in love first with ourselves, and then we fall in love with like someone that's just like us. That's like what homosexuality is. Like you like something that's similar. And then we evolve and we become heterosexual. We start falling in love with the opposite. And I think that's a beautiful part of life, being able to fall in love with people that are completely opposite, you know, and appreciate people that are opposite. And if you get into this mindset that you need to find someone that's on the same page as you with everything, you're going to live a lonely life. So,
sure.
And I'm really not that social. Like I grew up here in LA, and all my high school friends I'm still great friends with. I love these guys, but they love to go out, they love to party late at night, and I don't anymore, you know? And so if I was to judge my social life based on what they judge as a good social life, I would have none, because I really don't go out to bars anymore. I don't stay out late. I like to get my sleep. I don't like to drink, you know? But someone like you might see all the fun stuff I'm doing and be like, oh, you have a great social life. It's all like perspective, you know? You can have a great social life with your neighbors, but most of us just sit at our homes and we don't even know our neighbors. We live in the suburbs and there's no community, you know? We live in a society where there's really no community. I don't know what it's like in Brazil, but here in America, you could live your whole life next to someone and never invite them over for dinner, never spend more than an hour with them. And it's just nuts, you know? As humans, we crave a sense of community naturally because we're social beings and that's what we want. But our society is backwards. We live in a crazy world.
Sure. I really
I'm sorry, I go on
appreciate.
tangents.
No, I really love to hear you. You are a wise man, guy. So I have to tell you, it's so much wisdom. Last question for the FruitZen,
Okay.
or even rock. In one sentence, how would you define the power that you get from being a raw vegan? One
The power that
sentence.
I get.
What's your raw vegan power?
My raw vegan power is reconnecting with my symbiotic relationship with Mother Nature. I am no longer dependent on external influences to sustain my life. That might have been 2 sentences.
It's cool, very cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ivan. It was great to meet you, and thank you for this awesome interview. And,
Yeah.
uh, and you who are watching this video, go now to youtube.com/fruitzen and check out the awesome videos that Ivan has
Raw
there.
vegan power.
Yeah, American power.
Love it.
Ciao.
Thank you so much, Luis. I really appreciate it. Have a beautiful day in Brazil.
Thank you so much, Ivan. It was a great pleasure to meet you here. Bye bye.